Monday. November 18th. What's up? It's the Victor Wilt Show. I guess we'll start by recapping the big fight that went down Friday night. Everybody enjoy that? Huh? Didn't look like everybody enjoyed that based on the comments I saw online. So, let's talk about my perspective on it. You know, things kicked off at 6 o'clock Friday night, and they didn't promote this beforehand, but there were a total of 4 matches that night. I knew about the fight that was going to be going down between the 2 women fighters. What were their names? Sorry. I don't have the notes up in front of me. But anyhow, there were also 2 other fights at the beginning, and started off as a great night of boxing. I actually commented to my lady as we were watching it, like, wow, the Netflix production is great. These matches are fantastic. This was before all of the technical issues started happening. I got pretty lucky myself. I only had 1 moment of buffering the entire night, but my lady, who was watching from Connecticut, she had major problems, as did many. And it looks like, it didn't really matter where you were. People were having problems everywhere. I saw plenty of comments locally about people not able to watch the stream whatsoever. I think they finally got it working somewhat decent by the time the headlining bout went on. But anyway, the first 2 matches I thought were really good. I haven't been able to dive in. Well, I could have, but I haven't looked around to see what people thought in like the boxing subreddit about what we might call unsportsmanlike behavior during the first match. I thought that was funny and great. Second match was really good, very evenly matched. And then the third match was just crazy. And I do think the decision on the third match between the 2 women fighters, that was, what a terrible decision. Yeah. I definitely think they got that one wrong, but, what do you do? Then, Tyson versus Paul, the match itself. I didn't expect much out of this. I pretty much actually expected it to go about the way it did, with not a lot of action going on, lots of running. And Paul, he's just such a wuss. He just ran the first few rounds till Mike Tyson, who's old, got tired, and then, he just kind of ran the whole fight. I mean, he did get a few shots in on Tyson that were pretty decent. I do think the decision was, I guess, fair, but the match itself was just terrible. It was just not good after watching those other 3 matches. I mean, what a letdown to wrap up the night. And I don't know. I've read a lot this morning about Tyson. He was recovering from these blood issues that he had going on. He said he almost died back in June in one news article I was looking at. So maybe he shouldn't have gotten the ring to begin with. He's pretty old. But yeah, it was just kind of a painful all-around thing to watch. Jake Paul is so unlikable that, to see him win, even if it was in like the weakest fashion ever, taking on Mike Tyson, it was just, a big letdown. But thankfully, the first 3 matches I thought were fantastic, like some of the best live boxing that I've ever watched, or at least that I recall. It's been a while. So I wouldn't call the whole night a dud. It's just kind of ended in a big letdown. So it was a fun way to spend Friday night. Wasn't too bad. But the memes after were, I think, better than the fight itself. Anyway, we'll be back in a second. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. We'll find out what else happened over the weekend here in a few. So though the big fight Friday night might have been a letdown as far as watching something on the weekend went, I did have an enjoyable experience watching the Penguin series on HBO. Yeah, binged down the whole thing with my lady, and I thought it was really good. Now, with all of the hype on this, I will say I think the level of hype may exceed what is deserved for this show, but that I thought the show was excellent. Just that the hype was a little bit excessive. But it was really good. It was really enjoyable. It had been so long since I saw the Batman movie that featured Colin Farrell as the Penguin. I couldn't recall if this was supposed to take place before or after that movie. Apparently, it takes place after, so gonna have to go back and rewatch The Batman. Yeah, this just goes to show how terrible my memory is. That movie only came out a couple years ago. But anyhow, looking like they could possibly make a season 2 of The Penguin. And if not, Colin Farrell will be in the sequel to The Batman, which is due to come out, I think they said like 2026. So, yeah, it was pretty good, pretty excellent, kind of dark, but it was an enjoyable watch over the weekend. So if you're looking for something good to sit down and binge, I don't think you would have to have seen The Batman before watching this. But again, my memory's so trash at times that maybe it would have been beneficial if I had watched that very recently. But yeah, if you're looking for something good to watch, The Penguin. Pretty good stuff. Better than watching, I don't know, Hallmark Christmas films at this time of year or something like that. So there you go. There's my Monday evening recommendation. Yeah, it's getting cold outside. It was spitting a little bit of snow on my way here. Perfect time of year to hunker down. Just kick back and watch something good. Hey, if you're a Grand Theft Auto player, well then I'm not surprised. Most people are, right? One of the most popular gaming series of all time. All right, well, maybe in the last few years, you picked up a copy of the definitive trilogy, which would have GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and San Andreas. When this game came out, I did get a copy of it, and it was one of these video games that, upon release, a lot of things were broken. All right, so I never really sat down and played through these games again. I was like, all right, gave it a little bit of a shot, and it's like, all right, these games seem old. After playing GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, it's hard to go back to these games. But perhaps it was just because it wasn't really working good. The game was kind of screwed up. Well, out of nowhere, last week, Rockstar unleashed a big update to the definitive trilogy. So over the weekend, I decided I'm going to give San Andreas a go. Started playing that. And though, it does not stand up next to GTA 5 or, Red Dead 2. San Andreas is a pretty old game at this point. I did have a decent amount of fun playing it. For an old game, it's not too shabby. So if you picked up that definitive trilogy and then cast it aside because it was broken and didn't play right, the graphics didn't look good, the people looked weird. They did do a lot of fixing to that last week, and it's been pretty enjoyable. I wish I had a number of days off just to sit around and, really dive into San Andreas, because I don't know, it's been 20 years since I played that game. I don't even know. A long time. But yeah, just kind of a fun little update for those of you who are into Grand Theft Auto. If you've been thinking about going back and playing those games, now you can do so, and you won't want to rip all of your hair out of your head. You might be able to actually enjoy it. So I'll let you know as I get further along in the game if it's fully worth a new playthrough. I really don't know if it is, because there are so many good games that have come out in the last number of years. Like, I need to go back and finish playing Alan Wake 2, which was, it was so good, it was just blowing my mind, and then I just stopped playing it because I've got an issue with online streaming from home recently. My motivation extremely low. I don't know. I blame it on work. They keep me too busy around here. So anyway, yeah, do some gaming. Try that out. Or don't. I don't care. New one from Breaking Benjamin, Awaken. Welcome to the Victor World Show. Hope you're faring well in the awakening department on this Monday. Full week ahead, but then next week, hopefully, you get a little bit of a break. We will be, obviously, closed on Thursday of next week, but I think I am going to come in and work on Black Friday. Yeah. I don't know, I just got to save that PTO for something else. It'll be an easy day, too, because most people are going to take it off. It'll be very quiet around here. Hopefully, the bosses will be gone. Can just kind of kick back and relax. We'll see. Now, speaking of Black Friday, I do believe that a lot of the Black Friday sales have already started happening. Like they've got deals on Amazon. I know I got a mailer from Best Buy. Walmart, I think, is already doing their Black Friday deals. So, yeah, maybe you can get all your shopping done now. I think I might have to take a look and see if there are any totally screaming deals and maybe try to get some of my Christmas shopping done. Yeah, be nice to get it out of the way. I do enjoy that in this day and age, you can do pretty much all of this shopping from home. You don't have to actually get out and fight the crowds on Black Friday. I mean, there's a little bit of online fighting, maybe if these are limited items. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know these deals are happening out there. If you're, off today and looking to be productive, getting Christmas shopping done is a productive thing. As far ahead of time as you can do so, probably the better. Because you're going to have to wrap it. You got to deal with all that crap. Yeah. So anyway, if you find any deals on, I guess I don't even know what I'm shopping for. I need to get this figured out. Shopping for holidays is stressful for me. I'm always worried that I'm going to get something people don't like or that they don't need. Sometimes I nail it. Sometimes I just do a terrible job. So I don't know. I should probably get on that immediately. Yeah. Let's dive in. I'll let you know if I find anything absolutely mind-blowing. Nothing to rave about yet. Didn't find any screaming Black Friday deals. So instead of doing that, I should have been finding content for this radio show. Maybe instead of shopping, I should be shooting my kids messages and letting them know, hey, I'm doing what they call loud budgeting. I want to let you know I'm not spending very much money this holiday season. Apparently, loud budgeting, another Gen Z term where they just let their family members know, what their finances are like as we head into the holidays. It's not a bad idea, I mean, the holidays should ultimately be about getting together, spending time with your loved ones, blah, blah, blah. Not all about, what you were able to purchase, all right? Money isn't everything. And, a nice heartfelt gift, that's all that would ultimately matter, even if that gift is just a phone call, okay? Don't stress if you can't blow a bunch of money on the holidays. I know that I wish I could win the lotto and just spoil the crap out of my kids, but, when it comes to gambling, I don't win. So, yeah, got a budget. And I guess I'll do it loudly. Just shoot them a message. Sorry. Anyway, this is what happens when you don't prep. You get a break like that. It's Monday, all right? I'm working on it. Cut me a little bit of slack.
Now might be a really good time for you to get angry.
That's my secret, Cat. I'm always angry.
Cue the outrage time. All right. Does the shape of the bottle that your juice comes in make any difference to you? It apparently makes a lot of difference to a lot of people out there. I was reading about Tropicana. recently changing the shape of its bottles of orange juice and people losing their minds about this. Now, is it because of the shape or because it's a little bit smaller? Yeah, they downsized the bottle from 52 ounces to 46. And apparently, Tropicana let stores know about this and was like, hey, you should lower the price a little bit. But some stores were like, no, we'll keep making that money. Got to keep bringing in that dough. I'm guessing it's the shrinkflation that is making people mad there. Because, I don't know, I'm looking at pictures of the two bottles here. Looks like the new bottle would fit in the fridge a little bit easier. And I would imagine due to the simplicity of the newer shape, probably leads to a little bit lower cost in the manufacturing process as well. If things are resulting in us paying less for groceries, that's going to be good. But, yeah, if they're going to shrink their products, I don't know what, you can't really force stores to charge a, lesser price. They can do what they want. So I don't know what you're supposed to do there. I would imagine in this current time, just don't change your product at all. That way you can't take the blame. Just kick back and be like, we're doing our best here. We're lowering costs. I don't know. It's a rough time for groceries. Probably be a little bit more appropriate for Halloween, but since I've never heard of it and probably won't remember next Halloween, let's talk about the ghost ship in Wyoming. Yeah, apparently this ghost ship just pops up on the Platte River and is believed to be a sign that someone's due to die on the day it's spotted. Yeah, the ship of death rising out of a strange mist. Where's the Platte River here? Okay. That tends to be a little ways away from us here. Eastern part of Wyoming. Now, is this like a Goonies-esque ship? Because that's the photo they have in here. All right, they describe the ship, witnesses, as being enveloped in a massive rolling ball of fog, its sails, masts, and ghostly crew, all encased in a thick layer of frost. That's just somebody, who doesn't know when it's time to stop each year. Yeah. Hey, it's not that cold out. We're taking the boat out. I mean, these are folks from Wyoming, right? Well, anyway. That is an urban legend from the region I have never heard of before. But if you see a ghost ship, sorry. Because I guess that means impending doom coming your way. Let's see. Speaking of, if you're worried about dying, exercise. Yeah, want to live an extra 5 to 10 years? Here's what you need to do. Not just sit there. Be active. The end. Okay, let's move along here. Isn't that just common sense? If you exercise more or exercise at all, you're going to be a little bit better off than if you don't. I mean, I'm a guy who needs to get more exercise. And it's not because I don't think it's going to do me good, all right? It's a motivation issue. All right, let's see here. $900,000 worth of cocaine found hidden in hot chocolate packages at Dulles Airport. Yeah, if you ship off a suitcase full of nothing but large packages of hot chocolate, I have a feeling the authorities are going to look at them a little bit closer, all right? Nobody loves hot chocolate that much, you know? I mean, it's a quality beverage on a freezing day once per holiday season, right? All right, kids, we're going to have some hot chocolate. Other than that, yeah, it's again a once a year kind of thing, right? Who's drinking hot chocolate like daily? Who's drinking enough hot chocolate to justify, what was it, about 20 pounds? 28 pounds of cocaine, all right? So they shipped off 28 pounds of hot chocolate through the airport, thinking nobody's going to pay any attention. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Use a little bit of common sense here. All right, so common sense, exercise is good. What else did we have here? 50 years of tax cuts for the rich failed to trickle down. Like, yeah, no kidding. Did it take 50 years to figure that out? That's okay. We'll just keep trying it. If it didn't work for 50 years, maybe we just need to give it another 10. It'll eventually work. All right, what else do we have here? Scientists discover that parents with at least one son have a faster rate of cognitive decline than parents with only daughters. All right, that's good for me. Someone who can't remember anything as it is right now. No sons in my life, so hopefully that means, I'll be able to keep it together a little bit longer. Why is this? Is it because of the stupid decisions that men make compared to women? You're trying to raise a son, and he, just keeps doing these dumb things over and over. You're like, where is my common sense? How is this my boy? Come on, dudes. Any guys out there can admit we do a lot of dumb things. When it comes to making stupid choices, the guys are always way ahead of the girls. Come on, dudes. You can admit it. You can admit it. Look what you're doing to your parents. You're destroying their mind, all right? Get it together. I've seen a few people say, I've had it. I'm moving out of the country. Well, there are other countries out there that are apparently trying to help people out with this process. Yeah. We got 9 countries here offering citizenship by ancestry to Americans who want to leave. Ireland? You want to move to Ireland? Never been to Ireland? It looks pretty, Well, any U.S. citizen whose parent was born before January 5th, 2005 in Ireland is already a citizen and can apply for a passport. For those whose parent was born after January 1st, 2005, they require that you prove the parent's citizenship. Okay, let's see. Otherwise, U.S. citizens with grandparents who were born in Ireland can apply. All right, my grandparents, well, everybody born in America. Guess I can't go to Ireland. What about Germany? Looks like the same situation. You got to have parents born in Germany. Is that how all of these work? Okay, so yeah, if your parents immigrated to America, you might be able to leave. Maybe even your grandparents. But other than that, I don't know. Not looking very good. They only want you in if you got that bloodline going on. All right, well, guess I'll hang out here for a while longer. I mean, I don't know what the weather conditions are like in these places. That's what it ultimately comes down to. If I'm going to up and go, I got to go somewhere where it's 70 year-round. Yeah, I've had it with the chilly weather outside. When there's like a dusting of snow, I'm like, ew, ugh, go outside, ugh. Who needs to do that when you've got inside? Yeah. Well, anyway, if you really want to bail on the country, you got to look at your genealogy and then discover where your parents or grandparents moved here from, and you may be able to convince them to let you in. How you're going to get all your crap there, that's the ultimate question. All right. Well, Jade should be in here for this story. Anytime we've got something fart-related, it just seems like a discussion I should be having with him. Apparently over in Australia, the CSIRO, which I'm not sure what that organization is, but they want people to start tracking their farts so they can learn about gut health. Apparently, a study of gut health in 2021 discovered that 60% of Australians reported excessive flatulence, and 43% of those experienced that most days. So I'm guessing again that Jade would fall into this camp aside from not being Australian. All right? So they created an app called Chart Your Fart, and they're asking Australians over 14 years old to keep a log of their farts for at least 3 days. You can track the frequency and qualities like smell, loudness, duration, linger, and detectability. Scientists hoping to provide what a normal fart would be and create a profile of that so that people in the different age groups could know, oh, my farts, this could be a sign of a real problem. Or, nope, just quality bean burritos for breakfast. Is that what the deal is? Is that what Jade has for breakfast every day? That's why he comes in here just... Anyway. Can we just get the app, even as not Australians, and just, put random fart data in there just because it's farts. Farts are funny and fun. Maybe. I don't know. Get into your app store and search for Chart Your Fart. Well, you download the K-Bear, Alt 101, and Cannonball apps. You can listen to music. You can listen to my show while you chart your farts. Sound pretty good? Yeah, it does. All right, I want to talk about bumping into you people in public. Let's lay down the law here. Stop by and say hello. That's all it comes down to. I was in Winco the other day, and I had a listener holler at me from across the way. Let me see if I can bring up the post here, because she ended up posting about it afterward. Her name was Zaria. Bumped into her at Winco, and she ran over to tell me hello, how much she loves the show, and said a lot of very kind things that made me feel very good. And so I had to say a public thank you to Zaria for stopping by, calling me out, and just saying some kind words. It really makes my day. And a lot of people commented on the post I shared, like, oh, I see you around and I just, don't want to bother you. You can always feel free to come say hello to me if you see me in the grocery store or whatever. Holler at me, Victor! And if I turn and look, it's probably me and not some other bald guy who looks similar. But yeah, I tried to get back to everybody in the comments, let them know you're always welcome to come say hello. Because without you, I don't get to do this show. And I sit in this box and I'm just spouting out there. Some days like today, I feel like I'm doing a garbage show, having a rough time. So a simple, hey, Victor, I love your show. That can make a big difference in my day. I beat myself up pretty bad when it comes to the content I put out there, my lack of productivity. Why can't I get my act together? So little things like that go a long way. And you don't need to be shy. I'm very personable and friendly. If you come talk to me in person, I'm not going to be like, oh, get away from me. Can't you see I'm trying to get my groceries? No, I'm very chill, okay? I try to put my real personality out there on the air. I'm personable and nice, okay? You'd have to catch me on a really bad day for me to be a jerk to you in public. Or you'd have to, even the drunk guys at the last show I went to, they were actually being apologetic. Hey, man, I'm sorry, I met you once before, and I was, saying some things, but I'm like, I don't remember it. And, people talk crap to me all the time, so, I'm not too stressed about it, all right? I know there are plenty of people who have told me, man, I always thought blank and blah, blah, blah about you, and now that I met you in person, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, come up and talk to me, okay? There are a handful of people out there who will tell you lies about me that aren't true. If it has anything to deal with me being like rude, or if it just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense based on your perception of me, it probably isn't true. So thank you again to Zaria for the very kind messages. Anybody who sees me out in public, come say hi. I appreciate it. Let's talk about brutal beef and cheese. Always down for a cheeseburger break. It's just how I roll. So they got this new place opening in Idaho Falls called Burley Burger. And, I don't like the name, but they do spell Burley different. This is like a big burly man burger. not the town of Burley, which you know I'm not a big fan of. Sorry, Burley people. I know we got some of you who stream from there. One of these days, you'll figure out, oh, I can move away from here. So anyway, back to Burley Burger. Going to be opening on Black Friday. I like the look of the burger, but pretty hard-pressed to find me a picture of a burger, and I go, no, because it's a burger. All right? Anyway, they're going to be opening again on Black Friday. I was hoping to see they'd be open sooner than that, because kind of in the mood for a nice burger. But I guess I'll have to wait. Anyway, if you want to check out their social media pages, you can check out the menus and things like that. They've got, the Paul Bunyan burger topped with a hot dog, cheddar cheese, grilled onions, grilled mushrooms, burley sauce. They got one, topped with onion rings. They got all kinds of different burgers, all right? And it looks like they've got a food challenge as well. What is the food challenge? It's called the Brigham. You got to eat 10 patties in a big tall tower with a serving of fries and a shake. And if you want to attempt the challenge, $47. If you finish it, you get a free shirt and can refund the food purchase. Got to get that guy, the Beard Meats Food guy, to swing by. He needs to hit Big Judd's anyways, right? I don't think he's been out here. Beard Meats Food. Those guys who do the food eating videos, like that guy, always blows my mind because he kind of looks like a scrawny dude, Like, I don't eat food challenges, and I look at myself and I go, ain't no food challenges in your future, buddy. Jeez, you need the opposite kind of challenge. How little of this burger can you eat, huh? Settle down, bro. Hey, just what we all need, a new social media account. Yeah, let's set up another one since we don't have enough already. Now, this site's been around for a little bit, but it's hit the news pretty heavily in the last couple weeks, a site called Blue Sky. And I believe it was created by one of the original creators of Twitter. So it's very Twitter-esque. And if you're sick of what Twitter has become, you can pop over to Blue Sky and set up your account. I did set one up. I mean, I have like 1 billion social media accounts. So I don't think I'll be utilizing this heavily. But I got to lock down my username, like everywhere, So had to go sign up for Blue Sky. Again, it's pretty much just Twitter, all right? So it's very similar to X, but it has a little butterfly, and I don't know. Maybe it's a little more positive, a little bit less just garbage like X has become. So that's out there. I just want to let you know, if you're tired of Twitter, but you want to get on a platform that's the exact same, Blue Sky. Now available to be signed up without an invite. There you go. You can go check it out. Again, give me a follow on there, Victor Wilt. And I'll make a K-Bear page as well, because might as well. But probably end up going to be in like Threads where nobody cares. Nobody cares. That might look like a possibility. Yeah. Hey, I might go back to Victor Wilt for mayor at this point, because apparently just anybody can get a job. Yeah. Been some interesting news articles floating around. I haven't done a lot of looking at news for about a week or two just because, I don't know, I'm exhausted by all of it. But it does appear that Fox News host Pete Hegseth has been nominated for, is this the Secretary of Defense? Yeah. Put this guy, a news host, in charge of the military. All right, if that guy could do that job, a guy who sits there and reads a teleprompter, I think I could swing city council. I think I got this. Yeah. And might as well kick it up a notch. Mayor. What about governor? Again, if a Fox News host can get that type of national position, I think I got this. Idaho Mayor Victor Wilt. You guys got my back? You gonna vote for me as the everyman? You better. Come on, K-Bear Rock Army. I want you out knocking on doors for me. All right, well, I think things are just gonna get weird. This is why I haven't looked at the news. I mean, it does give me career hope because I am certainly a qualified broadcaster, and if being a qualified broadcaster can get you these type of jobs, then things are looking good for me. You know, as radio continues to fire people left and right, Cumulus right now, currently on the warpath nationwide, Cumulus Media, wiping out employees left and right, following in the footsteps of last week's iHeart Media bloodbath. What are us hosts supposed to do? What is on-air talent supposed to do with their future? Apparently, politics. Yeah. So anyway, I'll let you know when I'm officially running. I don't think I'm going to have a lot of budget. This is going to have to be an on the streets, you know, with your assistance type of campaign. All right, everybody? But if Pete Hegseth can do it, again, a teleprompter reader, Victor Wilt can do it. I can talk on the fly. I wing it. I ain't got no teleprompter in front of me, no scripts. All right? I fly by the seat of my pants. For better or for worse. Usually for worse. All right? Usually for worse. We got Peaches in the house. What is happening, Brendan?
Good morning.
Morning, man. How was your weekend?
It was good. I got rid of a lot of stuff. I was debating whether or not selling these certain end tables on Facebook Marketplace or if I should just throw them in the dumpster.
You mentioned that.
I sold one. I didn't sell one. I listed one, and now the other two I just chucked.
Chucked
I
them,
felt
huh?
sad. I was real sad. I was like, oh.
I mean, the thrift store is right around the corner from you. The Idaho
I
Youth
walk
Ranch.
in there and be like, here you go, and all that stuff.
It's easy. Yeah, they got a drive-through. You pull up, and they'll have a guy who just comes get your stuff. Yeah, I take a lot of stuff there because that's the closest one to my house. So I took some bicycles there recently. I've taken I've taken all kinds of stuff there because I'm always down to try to get rid of stuff. I had a whole bunch of like mugs and things, you know, dishes that I'm like, I'm not going to use these. Why am I hanging on to them? You know, maybe they could be collectible. I don't know. They're currently at the Youth Ranch, so you might want to go look through their dishes. There were these Norman Rockwell mugs that came from my grandparents' house.
I think I heard your break about that.
And there were like 20 of them. And yeah, I looked on eBay. You know, people were selling them for like $4 for $16, and it just wasn't worth it to me.
Do you store the mug normal way or upside down?
Normal way. You know.
There's been people who like to do it upside down and get real mad if it's not that way.
Yeah, I just put them regular side up, and I tend to rinse things out before I use them anyway in case they've got dust. I don't know. You know, they're in cupboards too, so they usually don't get too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting rid of stuff is good.
Yeah, I got rid of those end tables. They're in the dumpster. The couch is still right next to the dumpster, the one that we both carried out of my place. I got those CPAP supplies now out of the living room and into the closet in the second bedroom.
Very nice.
Put the Halloween stuff away.
So a productive weekend.
Yeah,
all
definitely.
Right. I did some dishes.
I did my dishes too. The dishes are horrible. I hate doing dishes.
I'm not a huge fan of doing dishes, but it's not that hard. I've got a dishwasher. But
good for you. I got my hands and a scrub daddy.
So that was about the most productive thing I did this weekend was dishes. But other than that, you know, watched the boxing match Friday night, which was fun.
Don't get me started on that.
We'll save it for noon. We can talk boxing at noon.
Sure.
And then I watched the entire The Penguin show on HBO.
I heard it's really good.
It was really good. I think the hype is a little bit bigger than I would give it, but it was really good and worth a watch. You know, I wouldn't put it up there with like Breaking Bad or something, but it was good.
Okay.
It was good. It was fun.
I watched this movie called Rebel Ridge. That's what it's called.
What else did I watch? I watched some movies like as I was starting the day and as I was going to bed. I watched a movie called Boy Kills World. Have you seen anything about that?
I've seen Boy Meets World a couple times on Nickelodeon, but that's about it.
Now this is Boy Kills World.
Okay, hardcore.
It was kind of Kill Bill-ish. I don't know if you've seen Kill Bill.
Yes, I've seen the first one.
So it was kind of in that vein of a show. it was pretty good. It was all right. And then as I was going to bed one night, I threw on a classic feel-good movie for me, The Hangover, where, it's a classic. Everybody's
Did you
seen
like,
it.
by the way, I know we don't want to get too much into boxing here, but how Jake Paul came out to In the Air Tonight, which Mike Tyson had in The Hangover? The whole...
I didn't see the part where Jake Paul came out because I was paused at that moment.
Oh.
Because Judith was watching and she was dealing with the buffering issues.
Yeah, the buffering issues were horrible.
Yeah, I figured it was regional, but no, it was everywhere because there were a lot of people locally on Facebook complaining about the buffering. I didn't have really any problems.
I almost posted on our Facebook page saying the Netflix buffering was worse than our signal, but I didn't want to insult Jade like that.
The signal's the best it's been in a while after last week with the cable mayhem Jade went through.
Oh, yeah. Jade and Tyler in there in that server room working hard.
Yep, Tyler's great, Jade sucks. I heard us playing in there, so.
Oh, we're playing loudly in there.
So
at one point, he had us cranked up so loudly, he was annoying the other people in the building. Like, just, what the heck's going on? And he's all flustered.
Okay, never mind. Keep it up, Jade. Crank us up and irritate Justin and Josh.
You could hear it in the lobby. You could hear it in the other side of the building.
All right. I like that. That's how it should be when it comes to K-Bear.
Which I don't like because then I hear myself breathing when my brakes are on the air and you can take a nice big inhale.
That's weird. I just recalled I had a weird nightmare where I was listening to myself either on air or on a voice memo I sent on the phone. And my breathing was, I try to keep my new phone way away from my face because it's so loud. But like, hello, it's me.
You're sending a nice voice message to Judith and you're like, you're like gold dust.
Or I'll send one to the kids and be, hi, girls. I hope you're, doing good. Hope work and school is going okay. Yeah, I'm going to go back to texting only.
I'm going to clip that and put that in your podcast promotion.
It's a Victor Will show, everybody.
Someone tuning in for the first time. What's going on?
#1 show in the market.
Would you rather listen to Victor snarl or some guy go off about politics? Huh? Your
How about
decision.
Victor going up about politics like this? What if I talk really close to the mic about all my favorite political stuff? Thank you again for tuning in to the Victor Welch Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.